Chaos, ruckus and pandemonium. The meeting of the JPC on Waqf witnessed it all. TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee lost his cool and hurt himself during an altercation with one of the BJP MPs in the meeting. Stunning details of what really transpired in the meeting have emerged. Sources say Kalyan Banerjee wanted to express his views out of turn, even though he had already spoken 3 times before. When BJP MP Abhijit Gangopadhyay raised an objection, Kalyan Banerjee allegedly used abusive language against him. He then picked up a glass of water, or a water bottle, I beg your pardon, and smashed it on the table, hurting his thumb and finger. After this, he threw the broken glass shards towards the JPC chairman. He's been suspended from the Waqf JPC for a day for using unparliamentary language against committee chairperson Jagdambika Pal and throwing the broken glass bottle at the chair. Sources say the Lok Sabha speaker could also take action against Kalyan Banerjee. Politics has broken out over high-voltage drama at the JPC meeting, and while the BJP says this behaviour reflects opposition's goon culture, the TMC threw its weight behind its MP.
नॉन-सेक्युलर फोर्स का अगेंस्ट में मेरा लड़ाई जारी रहेगा। जो देश को सेक्युलर कैरेक्टर को नॉन-सेक्युलर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उनका विरुद्ध में मेरा लड़ाई जारी रहेगा। हम लोग का लड़ाई जारी रहेगा।
आज जो घटना हुई है, ऐसी घटना की तो हम कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकते कि इस तरह से कोई मेंबर ऑफ पार्लियामेंट चेयरमैन के ऊपर ये भी नहीं कि केवल बोतल फेंक दिया, बोतल को तोड़ा और उसके बाद उस बोतल को जिससे फेंका और मेरे सामने आके गिरा। मुझे लगता है कि कल कोई रिवॉल्वर लेके आ जाए, मेंबर को प्रिविलेज है।
ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए। मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंटली वी मस्ट पॉइंट आउट that the person involved in this incident, that Abhijit Ganguly, BJP MP, he's notoriously known as a person with huge nuisance value.
It only shows that these people have no real respect for constitution. They say Samvidhan, Samvidhan, but Samvidhan ka apman is their only pehchan. This is the same Kalyan Banerjee who was mocking and imitating and doing mimicry of Vice President of India.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
All right, Pradeep Bhandari, Abhijit Iyer Mitra and Sanjay Jha continue with us from debate number 1. But joining us on the show is Shubhankar Bhattacharya, political analyst. Also with us is Haji Mehrdeen Rangre, spokesperson of the AIMIM. Let me start with you first and foremost. Shubhankar Bhattacharya, you know, it's rather unusual. And you would have heard the statement of the JPC chairperson, Jagdambika Pal, saying that this has never happened. I mean, what kind of behavior is this? Smashing a glass bottle, throwing it at a chairperson. You know, these are parliamentarians. There's a reason that they're sent to parliament, which is to sit down, deliberate, discuss. There have been heated discussions before, but this is a new low for our parliamentary politics.
Of course, Madhav, I completely agree with you that this is a new low. And I can never appreciate that the kind of behavior that has happened in a JPC meeting, which is a part of parliamentary proceeding. And but at the very same time, no, he didn't throw the bottle at the JPC chairperson, but he has smashed the bottle on the table. In that particular incident, he got himself hurt as well. Any kind of rage, you know, that brings in trouble for himself, as you know, it's as a very normal thing. And at the very same time, he has been suspended as well. So the actions has been taken, everything has been done. It is not that the case has gone untouched or they have just forgiven him. It has not happened like that. Now the thing is, while having said that, why are we sensationalizing it as a part that something has happened to Jagdambika Pal? Now, Jagdambika Pal says he could have brought a revolver and shot me. What kind of behavior is this? This is also not much expected because this didn't happen. See, you cannot clap with one hand. It was a reaction to something which Abhijit Gangopadhyay said over there. See,
sir, just answer me a question. Are parliamentarians supposed to be street fighters? Are they supposed to battle each other out? They can't control their temper. What are you saying, Mr. Bhattacharya?
No, Madhav, I began by saying that nobody can appreciate the way Madhav, I started by saying
you
that
can't justify
nobody
it and
can
you
ever
ended up
appreciate
justifying
the
it,
way
sir.
the JPC is being contributed. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying, number one, no, Madhav, don't put words in my mouth. Let me say what I want to say. The thing is, I am not saying that what Mr. Kalyan Banerjee has done is very right. Any show of rage, he has, that counter product has been raised against him only. He has got himself hurt. He has got suspended for once. But the question is, what are you doing with Abhijit Gangopadhyay as well? He has been hurling abuses in Bengali to him as well. And this is mentioned in a lot of newspapers and a lot of evening papers that I'm also saying.
What has he specifically done wrong, Mr. Bhattacharya? Can you tell us?
See, I tell you what I am. See, I was not present over there.
You don't know what he has done and you say you must take action on him. Now, what kind of argument is this, Mr. Bhattacharya?
The very first thing is Just a second. Let me finish, Mr. Madhav. You have brought me on the panel. At least allow me to finish. Number one, you have already taken action against Kalyan Banerjee. Number two, thrice he was allowed to speak and thrice he was obstructed by Mr. Abhijit Gangopadhyay. Thrice, there is a complete mention of that Abhijit Gangopadhyay also hurled abuses at him in Bangla.
Abhijit, I will come in on this. Thrice he tried to speak, thrice he was not allowed, and there was a verbal exchange with Abhijit Gangopadhyay. That's the argument, or that's the defense being given by Mr. Bhattacharya. Please respond to him.
Madhav, this isn't the first time in one of these panels a TMC MP has, just decided to lose their temper, walk out and throw tantrums. If you remember in the last Lok Sabha also, there was a famous TMC MP who got expelled, who was doing the same Nautaki Tamasha, claiming that they were asked all kinds of funny questions, whatnot. And the question was, who were you talking to at 11 o'clock on so-and-so date? Now, you can perceive whatever you want. That is fine. The details of these committees can't be made public. They're all kept confidential. Fine. So, this is going to be a tutu meme kind of situation. What isn't acceptable is that you resort to physical violence. You can't go around smashing property like a cheap little hooligan of the street. You are a member of parliament, not a street side thug. This is not the kind of behavior you expect from anybody in parliament. But unfortunately, this is where we are and this is what we have as the people's representatives. Congratulations to our republic.
Well, that's the sad reality.
To his voters.
That's a sad reality, of course. But let me bring in Haji Mehruddin Rangrez. Haji Mehruddin Rangrez, आपके पार्टी के नेता असुद्दीन ओवैसी साथ खड़े दिखे थे वहाँ कल्याण बैनर्जी के साथ. I believe he even went with him to the clinic or the dispensary where he got some first aid. So the question over here, Haji Mehruddin Rangrez, is that can any issue justify resorting to violence?
देखिए, जिस तरीके से जो है सत्ता पक्ष के जो सांसद थे उन्होंने एक विपक्ष की पार्टी के साथ मिसबिहेव किया और उसके बाद जो है जेपीसी के जो चेयरपर्सन है उन्होंने जो है एक तरफा कार्रवाई करते हुए
बात कर रहे हैं आप?
जो विपक्ष के जो सांसद थे उनको जो है जेपीसी की मीटिंग से बाहर कर दिया और कल्याण बनर्जी की
नहीं, आप कह रहे हैं सत्ता पक्ष के एमपी ने मिसबिहेव किया.
जो टीएमसी के सांसद है कल्याण जी,
अभिजीत गंगोपाध्याय की बात कर रहे हैं, किसी और की बात कर रहे हैं?
मिसबिहेव तो दोनों जी उन्हीं की बात कर रहा हूं मैं. अगर उन्होंने भी किया है तो दोनों पे कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए थी, ना कि एक व्यक्ति के खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए थी. ये दिखाता है कि तानाशाही इस देश में चल रही है और लगातार जो है जो बड़े नेता है, शीर्ष नेतृत्व है भाजपा का, वो लगातार कटने बांटने की और इधर उधर की बातें करते हैं. तो विपक्ष की पार्टियों को वो जो है बताते हैं कि ये लोग तो एंटी हिंदुस्तान के हैं. इस तरीके का फेक नैरेटिव फैलाया जाता है इस देश में. इस तरीके की फिर वो संसद, आपने देखा होगा कुंवरदानी के लिए क्या क्या शब्द नहीं बोले गए संसद भवन में, और कौन थे वो बीजेपी के सांसद थे. तो इस तरीके का माहौल जो बनाया जा रहा है. और वक्फ की जो संपत्तियां हैं ये हमारे बड़ों की संपत्तियां हैं, हमारी वक्फ की संपत्तियां, ये हमारी प्राइवेट प्रॉपर्टी है, ना कि कोई सरकारी प्रॉपर्टी है. इस पर सरकार चाहती है किसी तरीके से अपनी नजर गड़ा रही है सरकार, और सरकार चाहती है जैसे हमारे लिए मिनी एनआरसी के जो कानून लाई थी उससे हमारी नागरिकता छीनी जा रही थी, और जो वक्फ अमेंडमेंट बिल है ये हमारी संपत्तियों को छीनने के लिए सरकार का एक हथकंडा है. जिसकी मुखालफत हमारे बैरिस्टर असदुद्दीन ओवैसी साहब सदन से लेकर और रोड तक भी अगर कोई बात आएगी, अगर जेपीसी का बिल पास होता है तो हम इसका विरोध जैसे संवैधानिक तरीके से, जैसे किसान कानून के तहत लोगों ने जो है अपना प्रोटेस्ट किया था, उस तरीके से हम भी पूरे देश में एक प्रोटेस्ट करेंगे। और जो हमारे लोगों के साथ में
डेमोक्रेटिक प्रोटेस्ट करने का अधिकार सबको है। नोबडी इज गोइंग टू स्नैच दैट राइट फ्रॉम एनीवन, नोबडी कैन स्नैच दैट राइट फ्रॉम एनीवन, बट द फैक्ट इज वक्फ को लेके पार्लियामेंट हैज मेड लॉज बिफोर, बट 2 points that he's making, Pradeep Bhandari. One, he's equating the action of Abhijit Gangopadhyay and saying that action should be taken against him, and two, the point he's making is that the issue itself is one which is provocative, where you are tampering with something like Waqf. He's equating it to NRC and snatching the rights of Muslims. Please respond to those 2 points.
Madhav, I have a question on the snatching the rights of Muslims. Asaduddin Owaisi, for 6 months when the CA was brought into, when the government tried to bring CA, now the CA individuals are getting citizenship, said that Musliman की citizenship खतरे में पड़ जाएगी और मुसलमान की citizenship छीन ली जाएगी CA के आने के बाद से. Please tell me and educate me, name me one Muslim whose citizenship has been snatched because of CA. I will ask your panelists.
हाजी रंगरेज, जवाब दीजिए प्रदीप भंडारी.
Then I will come to this.
हाजी रंगरेज जी,
नाम बताइए, इधर उधर की बातें नहीं, नाम बताइए.
देखिए आप ये बताइए, आपने अच्छा एनआरसी में आपने क्या कानून है एनआरसी का? आप हिंदुस्तान के मुसलमान जो पाकिस्तान में मुसलमान है, जो वहाँ पे पीड़ित है,
मैं सीए की बात कर रहा हूँ,
अफगानिस्तान में आप उनकी बात ही नहीं कर रहे. आप जो तमिल की बात नहीं कर रहे, आप हिंदू की बात कर रहे हैं. अरे मैं उसकी भी कह रहा हूँ सर. अभी क्या हुआ सीए के लेकर? अभी सरकार को मुंह दिखानी पड़ी.
दोनों एक सेकंड रंगरेज जी, सिंपल सवाल है. ये आपको असदुद्दीन ओवैसी के पूर्व में जो बयान दिया गया उसके बेसिस पे एक सवाल पूछ रहे हैं. इनके सवाल का जवाब दे दीजिए रंगरेज जी.
मैं कह रहा हूं एनआरसी हमारी नागरिकता छीनने के लिए थी, और जो वक्फ अमेंडमेंट जो बिल लेकर आ रही है सरकार, ये हमारी संपत्तियों को छीनना चाहती है. हम पूछना चाहते हैं सरकार से, आप ये बताइए, जो पार्लियामेंट है और जितने भी जो है दिल्ली में इतनी बड़े बड़े जगहों पर जो है कब्जा करके बैठी है सरकार के लोग, और वहां पर किराए के नाम पर जो है 10 रुपए देते हैं, तो उनके खिलाफ सरकार क्यों स्टैंड नहीं लेती?
अब फिर वही बात करेंगे, पार्लियामेंट में वक्फ प्रॉपर्टी है, इस ओर आप वापस जाएंगे रंगरेज जी. उस डिबेट हम ऑलरेडी कर चुके हैं.
Let me come to Kalyan Banerjee's behavior. He could not answer name a single Muslim whose citizenship is taken because of CA. He lied. Asaduddin Owaisi is a serial liar. On this part, Madhav, please tell me, is the Congress party and the Trinamool Congress normalizing and justifying violence and justifying physical abuse? Because this is the first step to violence. Today it is physical abuse, tomorrow it can be violence, because we've seen how Trinamool Congress on the streets in Bengal promotes violence. And on the part of action against Kalyan Banerjee, majority people in the JPC supported action against him. Not a single person has said that action should be taken against Abhijit Gangopadhyay. Abhijit Gangopadhyay has a right to free speech. That right to free speech can offend Mr. Banerjee, but that does not give Mr. Banerjee the right to physically abuse the chair or the members nearby. It's a threat to the security of the members in JPC, and it's absolutely undemocratic behavior. And Trinamool Congress is justifying an undemocratic behavior which is resorting to physical abuse.
Shubhankar Bhattacharya, respond to that.
See what Pradeep is saying. This is how you fabricate the facts. The thing is, number one, the glass was not thrown to the JPC chairman. It got, scattered just because the glass was, it's got smashed so hard on the table itself. Kalyan Banerjee hurt himself as well, and a piece of glass, it went across to the other side of the table as well.
Yeah.
Second, number two, Mr. Pradeep, I didn't object in between. Number two, please don't say that all the JPC members stood against Kalyan Banerjee. No, it didn't happen like that.
Sir, there was a vote and the majority voted against Kalyan Banerjee. That's a matter of record.
They objected to.
What are we discussing, Mr. Bhattacharya? There is a vote.
Kalyan Banerjee.
There was a vote.
That was the reason everybody.
It was 9-7, if I'm not mistaken. I think, and the larger point over here, Sanjay Jha. I want to bring in Sanjay Jha on this. Sanjay Jha, can this kind of behavior be justified? At the end of the day, whatever be the issue, parliamentarians will have to maintain their poise and decorum. Is this the example that they are setting for the people of India?
Yeah. Madhav, before I answer your question, it is important to expose Mr. Bhandari's attempt to try and create a red herring by asking the AIMIM spokesperson about who has been disenfranchised. The truth is that he will never tell the people that the entire intent behind the CAA is to create a religious discrimination, and the matter is before the Supreme Court. We'll soon find out. But please do not allow him to lie to the people of India. Ask him who was the Home Minister calling termites when he called termites.
No, Mr. Jha, please tell me, how am I lying? I asked a simple question that name me one Muslim whose citizenship has been taken from CA.
Tell him to remain quiet.
Mr. Jha, you cannot misquote me. And you cannot attribute falsehood to me without quoting a fact.
Try and play the fake news fabricated story.
Which is fabricated story? I asked Mr. Owaisi, name one
He's quoting, one second, he's quoting Asaduddin Owaisi, and in the basis of that, he's asking his spokesperson a question, his same party spokesperson.
Yeah, but,
what is the factual inaccuracy you're pointing out, Sanjay Jha?
Madhav, there is no factual inaccuracy because anybody who reads this, who has read the CAA Act, anybody who has read the CAA Act,
Sanjay, you just said that you accused him of fake news. And now you're saying there's no factual inaccuracy. In any case, there's some more breaking news coming in, gentlemen. Let me just come in now. I'd like to thank all our panelists, Pradeep Bhandari, Abhijit Gangopadhyay, Mitra, Shubhankar Bhattacharya, Sanjay Jha, and Hadi Mehruddin Ragrez. There's some breaking news coming in. The Kartarpur Corridor Agreement has been renewed. The agreement's validity has been extended by 5 years. India and Pakistan have renewed the Kartarpur Agreement. That's the latest coming in. S. Jaishankar, Union Minister for Foreign Affairs External Affairs, has put out this particular tweet. India and Pakistan have renewed the agreement on Sri Kartarpur Sahib corridor for the next 5 years. Prime Minister Modi's government will continue to facilitate our Sikh community's access to their holy sites. Rishabh, this is very, very big because it's happening just a few days after the External Affairs Minister's visit for the SCO summit to Pakistan, in itself a historic visit happening after over a decade.
Well, definitely, Manav, this is a big news coming in that the Kartarpur Corridor Agreement has been, further extended for 5 years. In 2019, India and Pakistan signed this historic agreement using this Kartarpur Corridor. The Sikh pilgrims could go to Pakistan to the holy site. Now, on 24th of October, the agreement was coming to an end. Now, what we're given to understand that the agreement has been extended by 5 years, which means till 2029 October, the Sikh pilgrims can go to the holy site. Also, in External Affairs Ministry say that the fees of $20 per pilgrim that is being levied by Pakistan, India has urged Pakistan to not use that, take that fees as well, given that there have been continued requests from the pilgrim. So big news coming in that the Kartarpur corridor will continue for another 5 years, and through diplomatic channel, India and Pakistan have signed a new and renewed agreement.
All right. We'll have to leave it there, Rishabh. I'd like to thank you so much for joining us with that breaking bit of information. Certainly, of course, a big development there as far as the Kartarpur corridor is concerned. Thanks so much for joining us with that breaking update. And with that, it's a wrap on the NewsHour Agenda this evening. Thanks so much for joining us.